to my channel. If you guys are new here, what's the deal? And if you guys are old, what that shit do? Alright? Keep in mind that these messages are general, so if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Catch me in the next one, and hopefully it sticks. Okay? So, collective. I kept hearing the phrase "pick your poison," and then there was this one song just as I was scrolling through my Instagram, right? I was like, why I keep hearing this phrase? And then I had this one song. I forgot what song it was. I think it's by the artist. Um, but she said the phrase in her song, and I was like, okay, this is definitely a download. And once I accepted that it was, here come all these downloads, right? Hey, Tainted. Um, oh man, and shout out Tainted said she snowed in. Y'all, listen, make sure y'all stay warm in that weather, okay? Um, I'm hearing like emergency kits. If you live in those certain type of areas, make sure y'all got an emergency kit together, okay? Some flashlights, some canned food, things of that sort, all right? But I hope you guys are okay while you're enduring that weather over there, okay? Now, here's the thing. When it comes to pick your poison, okay? So I looked it up because we gonna run down these downloads. So it says to pick your poison. It means having to choose between two or more unpleasant, undesirable, or difficult options, right? It implies that no matter which option is made, there will be negative consequences. The phrase is often used informally to suggest accepting a necessary evil or a lesser of the two evils scenario, right? So it is commonly used when both options are bad, such as choosing between two difficult tasks or in a would you rather scenario. Okay. Um, and the phrase dates back to the mid 19th century and was originally slang referring to choosing an alcoholic drink. Okay. Where liquor was the term poison. So off the bat, when it comes to this read, it could be somebody, hey Slay, it could be somebody that could have been drinking a lot, okay? Um, and I get past energy and like current energy. So you could be dealing with a past person, you could have a current person, however that situation goes, okay? Because I was hearing that Beyonce song. I heard two songs. I was hearing Drunk in Love, right? So evidently somebody here, they got some strong feelings for you, collective. And when it comes to this person drinking and it get into their system, and you know what I'm saying, what she say, I've been drinking, I get filthy when that liquor get up in me. I've been thinking, why can't I keep my fingers off you, baby? I want you, nah, nah. Okay, so listen, somebody be thinking about the last time that you touched them when they was drinking, or whatever y'all was doing, okay, when somebody was a little tipsy. They be thinking about that, okay? Maybe you this person's go-to. They get that liquid courage and they get to send in that hey big head text, okay? Or you up or some shit like that, okay? So that could be significant with whoever you're dealing with. Maybe that could have been something that just happened to y'all, okay? Hey y'all, welcome in. And then I kept hearing that song by Belle Biv DeVoe when he was like, never trust a big button to smell. That girl is poison. Okay. So listen, that song is about a warning against being manipulated by a physically attractive, charming person who is secretly toxic or trustworthy. The phrase is suggested that superficial beauty can hide a dangerous, poisonous personality. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe you guys went out. Hey, Emmy. Some of you guys probably just went out. You know what I'm saying? You met somebody at the bar or whatever. They had that shit on. They was looking nice and things like that. But little do you know, maybe you could have found out, or maybe you don't know yet. Okay, that whoever it is that you came across on a night out could really just be a toxic individual. Okay, Somebody here could be a bartender, is what I'm getting as well, because that's also in the, around the realms of pick your poison and serving it and whatnot. Or some of you guys can be going to school to become a bartender. Okay, that can be a confirmation. But it highlights that a quote unquote fly girl or a person with great sex appeal may just be scheming to use you, causing emotional pain or heartbreak. Okay. The song was written about a dangerous and unfaithful woman. The line became a popular 90s catchphrase, acting as cautionary tales for men or anyone not to fall for a pretty face without considering the person's character. All right. The song that I also heard that I'm hearing now, what's that Jamie Foxx song when he was like, and I always fall for your type. Okay, so like, I don't know, maybe somebody could have got feelings for someone, you know, and then they started to discover the type of person that this individual actually is. All right. So here's the two situations that I'm getting before we tap in with you to see what you are when it comes to your soul journey, right? Now, when it comes to X energy, I do feel like when it comes to that phrase, pick your poison, this is like an energy of somebody settling. Like, maybe you look better than whoever that your ex is with, right? And it's like maybe the relationship between you and that person it could have been toxic, it could have ended in heartbreak and pain. And so whoever it is that they're dealing with now, maybe they're not as beautiful as you or as handsome as you, but this is the way that this person treats this person is exactly how they may have wanted you to treat them or how you may wanted your person to treat you. All right. So it's kind of like picking your poison as far as like, this ex can be somebody who probably does not post whoever they're with, right? Because like it's a dynamic of physical attraction. Like when it comes to this person, it's kind of like maybe this person doesn't want to post this person because you set the bar high when it came to like looks and things of that sort, right? So, by this person posting you or showing you off, like it can kind of, or they feel as though, because I feel like this is their energy. It's like they feel as though, like it will get your head big in a sense, as far as like, oh, you couldn't do better than me, look wise, or I don't know. It could be something like that, something like that going on. I feel that energy heavily. And then as far as the other energy, there's somebody here that you could have met that is so they're used to giving their all and putting their eggs in one basket when it comes to a certain type of aesthetic, right? And time after time, after they go after that certain type of aesthetic that all the other women or all the other men has had and has treated them badly, somebody I feel like is having some type of wake up call, some type of realization. I do feel like somebody here could be heavily like coming to the terms of, it's like maybe it just gives baddie energy, like whatever that aesthetic may be, the wigs and the body or the designer and this and that. I don't know. It gives that type of energy out. In comparison to you, maybe you could be somebody who like maybe you don't really care for designer shit like that. Like you're not a walking fucking billboard, or you wear your hair natural. Maybe you don't maybe you're somebody who don't have to go to the grocery store and wear and feel as though you got to wear a boatload of motherfucking makeup. Like I don't know. But I feel like you are somebody who, again, is still very attractive. You clean up very nicely, but that's not like, you're not the type that has to go to sleep with the motherfucking makeup on. So a motherfucker won't see how you actually really look without all of that shit on. Like y'all energy is like what you see is what you get. Okay. So when it comes to you and whoever this other aesthetic of a person that you could be that someone that you dealing with could be dealing with or have as an option. Here's the thing though, because when it comes to those type of aesthetics, well, in pertaining to that song Poison, right, he said that, what did he say, that it could be scheming or something like that. My tablet cut off. Oh, there it goes. It says a person with sex appeal may just be scheming to use you, causing emotional pain or heartbreak. Okay, not all, but some. Women or men look the part in order to attract people that look or play the part that they are playing. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a trap. Like if I look this certain type of way, if I dress this certain type of way, then I will attract this certain type of caliber of woman or man. Right? It's very surface level, but there's no depth when it comes to people that operate in that sort of sense, right? Some people is just looking for to pay their bills, to help them out, or once they get them in their trap of being aesthetically pleasing to them and making them fall in love and all this and all of that, right? So it's easy, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to that certain type of person, you could just pay to get their nails done, pay to do this and pay to do that, instead of actually getting to get into the depth of them, right? To keep things in motion. But I feel like when it comes to you, collective, you know, like I said, the person of that type of caliber, they don't really ask for whoever they're dealing with to change in certain type of ways when it comes to their character or their personality, because they're only looking for one thing as far as what a motherfucker can do for them, right? So they're not really concerned about their too much of their well-being. If they are a good person, it's just like what those pockets look like, okay? Because I'm hearing, ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers and they pockets full grown, okay? But when it comes to you, collective, I feel like you have a certain type of depth to you, to where those are the things that you're asking for. You know what I'm saying? You want to get to know a person's personality. You want to know their background. And, some people that don't want to be vulnerable and they just want to stay on a superficial ass level, ain't going to be available to give you that, because that's not how they're perceiving themselves to be. Okay, so when it comes to pick your poison, it's like either you want an aesthetically pleasing person with no depth, or you want someone who does not feel as though like they have to always be dressed up and this and have that, but they have depth to them. So it's kind of like, when it comes to the poison aspect, it's like you can deal with the aesthetic person, but just know, it could have some sense of toxicity within that person. But when someone deals with you, it's going to reveal the toxicity within them by them dealing with you. Okay, so it's like, do you want to stay stuck with someone with no depth, or do you want to be with somebody who is going to force you to be your best self? Okay, so that's the energy that I get here. But let's see. Let's tap into what's going on with y'all when it comes to where y'all at on y'all soul's journey, okay? So regret. You got a lot of people regretful for how they treated you, how they handled you, how they misconceived you. It says, I know that I cannot change the past, okay? Told you, it's some past energy. It's some ex energy. Now, with who you used to be with, whoever this ex energy is, I do feel like somebody here can be in heavy regret when it comes to you, collective, because it's like they could have had the person that they are attracted to, the beauty, the brains, and this and that sort, but maybe the way in which this person acted has caused the relationship to go sour, or like to just become toxic, I feel like this is somebody who, and it took me a minute to understand that sometimes men can be intimidated by you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a friend, whether it is a lover. Like, I remember one time I was putting on foundation. I was going to the store or something. But I don't know. I just wanted to put on a little foundation and whatnot. But I remember they were like, why you got to do all that? And it's like, damn, I'm a woman. Like, let me be a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wanted to put on foundation, I wanted to put on foundation. Like, what is the problem? I feel like it was some insecurities with whoever you could have been with. Okay. Hey, Freeze. Hey, Soul Fam. So yeah, you just got a lot of people in regret because I feel like they're realizing what they had within them that projected onto you as to why you probably chose to pick a different route. You know. All right. So look at that blame. It says, I accept responsibility for my well-beings. Okay, so whoever these people are, whether it's a person or people, I feel like at this point, like a lot of people aren't realizing that they were to blame. Maybe they could have blamed you. And, it's so crazy how, like, you can walk away from a situation from someone who thinks that they do no wrong until you're gone, and then they encounter those same fucking issues with other people. So it's like at some point you can't keep pointing the finger at everybody else if you keep going through the same shit now that those people ain't around no more. And I feel like this is what's happening, like by simply by your absence is continuing to expose these people. And it shows blatantly like you were not to blame. It's like, nah, this is just how a motherfucker is. As you grew and as you evolved, what does this say? What do they say? Elevation requires separation. So as you as you grew, you outgrown certain people, places, and things. And it's those people that you left that got the same issues happening, which is a big red flag or a big indicator as you still have not grown. Because if you were a totally new person and they're saying the same shit, it's like at what point are you going to address it? At what point? Okay, love. Yeah. It says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. I feel like you did a lot of things out of love when it came to people, collective. Like with failure in the reverse, I feel like you didn't want situations to fail with these people, but I kind of feel like they left you with no choice. They kind of left you with no choice. This is like loving people from a distance. Like, I can't really force you to see those things within you that you keep having with other people aside from me. And I hope and I wish you well. I hope one day you do, put your pride and your ego aside and choose to look within. So this is like leaving with grace, honestly. All right. But yeah, a lot of people love you, collective. Like a lot of people love you, and it's some people that you once loved that regret the fact that like they're not able to experience it anymore. Like they picked a side. Like your side requires people to grow, and sometimes some people are not just ready or available to do that, and that's okay. But that didn't mean that you had to stay around, and I see that you didn't. You know what I'm saying? You bowed out gracefully with love. Like, you know what? I love you. I care about you. But, like, the way that you come in or the way that you treated me, I just will not allow it. It don't mean it's beef. It don't mean it's smoke or anything like that. But, like, I'm not going to allow people to make me feel like I'm on the back burner or you just going to handle me on your own timing. Or I feel like you just been taking a stand for yourself. And, some people just don't like that. And there's some people I feel like, too, that are blaming you. Like, other people are like, what? Like, I love collective. I would never think collective. Those are the same people that's refusing to look at themselves as to why a situation failed with you. Because, again, the rebuttal to this hate is that the fact that people, they fuck with you. Collective, they love you. So it's like, it makes people be like, well, it had to be something with you as to, not you, but, the other opposing energy as to why collective is no longer invested. All right. Yep, look at that. Cutting ties, family. Okay, so this can be with you and family members. It can be your mama, it could be your daddy, it could be your cousin, your sister, your niece, nephew, your grandma, who knows, okay? So it says blood ties and inner circle, okay? So not only could it be those people connected to you by blood, but it can be people that you could have even considered being your family, At one point you could have thought was thicker than water, until you came across people that made you feel as though like the love that you show them does not have to be complicated in order to keep it. All right. But I do feel like a lot of you guys could be cutting ties with certain type of family members that, are just avoided to taking accountability within themselves, who, you know, want to just blame everybody else for the actions that they have caused over the years. And I understand that, collective, because like mainly family could always be those ones that, whether y'all lived in the same household together, or they known you, and or you didn't came to multiple family gatherings and this and that. Like, it's kind of hard for your family to see your growth because they feel like they've known you your whole life. So with people that feel, oh, I know collective, and maybe you're not that way no more. Maybe you don't communicate like that, or maybe you don't handle things the way that you did. Like that part of you that probably once did, is embedded in these people's mind. It also makes me think too of like a family member. It could be some family members that are like against maybe like an ex that wants to back into your life, and it's merely because, and I feel like whoever this person is, they set this up. They set it this way up. They did this to themselves, I should say. This is like me having a boyfriend, right? And we're going through shit, and I go to a family member and I to them and I tell them, oh, this is what's going on with us, and whoop. Family, they're gonna stick beside you, but also when you let a family member know certain things about what's going on in your relationship, they are going to look at whoever you're with in a certain light. Trust me, I have experienced this. I have felt the energy of this. And you can tell when there are conversations being had, or when a motherfucker feel a certain type of way about you because of conversations that you were not involved in. So it causes people to treat you differently. The vibe is different. The energy is different. Even if y'all get back on good terms, however that family member feels about you based off of what somebody disclosed to them is how they're going to feel about you. Whether you and whoever you was with get back on good terms or whatever the case may be, baby, listen. And it's an uncomfortable feeling, because I remember experiencing this, and and it made me just feel weird coming around this person's family. Like, that's how I kind of knew like the relationship was just really going downhill, because where I once felt so comfortable coming around, like, I feel like God really just shook up my spirit when I started to come around these people towards the end of our relationship, because I was like, damn, like, I feel very uncomfortable. Like, I don't feel like the love that I once did. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you feel tolerated, based off of what you and whoever you're with was going through, and the people that they let in on your relationship. Okay, maybe that could be a thing too. Like, there could be a situation here where maybe your ex is dating somebody new, and again, the same shit that happened with y'all relationship, where family could have been in y'all relationship, is the same shit that's happening with them right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like this person has not learned the lesson. You laid down the foundation as far as that being a problem, and now that they're experiencing a relationship with someone else, shit is getting built on the foundation. Because it's kind of like, dang, I remember hearing this from collective. I remember collective telling me this, and look how shit ended with collective, and here I am in the same boat. It's like, yeah. Keep y'all relationship business between you and who y'all are with, because I'm trying to tell you firsthand from experience. I wouldn't be speaking on it if I ain't never felt it or went through it. It will damage a relationship. Like, if anything, go to God. Ask God about y'all relationship. But when you have Auntie Sue and Kevin and Lil Keisha all up in the relationship, and things go bad, you will feel the energy between, how they newly will feel about you. Okay. Like y'all could be experiencing too, just judgmental family members when it comes to like who you're with. You know, maybe they judge someone based off of their aesthetic and how they look, and they're like, I don't know, I get a certain vibe from this type of person or whatever. It could be a family member that could have warned somebody about someone that someone was with, right? But I feel like whoever was on the receiving end of getting that information could have felt like, oh, this family member is just jealous that I got this certain type of person or whatever. But it was like, nah, bro, nah, sis. You know what I'm saying? They done mess with Whoop. They done mess with Whoop over here. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? It could have just, just trying to look out for you type shit. But like, you know, a hard head makes a soft behind. That's what I'm hearing. All right. So we got healing here. Collective. Like, I just feel like a weight is lifted off of your shoulder right now. It says self-care, introspection, meditation, okay? And maybe that was your pick of the poison, right? Do you want to stay connected to certain type of family members or friends that turned into family or whatever the case may be? Or, and keep experiencing that abuse or heartbreak or conflict? Or do you want to take the loss of those people for your own well-being? You know what I'm saying? Being stress-free, coming up with your own sense of holidays. Because just because y'all family don't mean that you are obligated to go to these events. We are not children anymore where it's like, oh no, you gotta go. You don't gotta go, collective. You do not have to go. I just feel like, and healing hurts, but it feels good too. So like, maybe this is somebody here that is just learning how to be okay without having the validation of people that, you thought you were closest to be there. And I know that can hurt, especially when you grew up with certain type of people and you had a close bond with certain people and certain things happen. And then, you're just realizing like, you know what, like, this is just not good for me. This is not good for my well-being. Like, I'm just going to, I'm going to just focus on me. I feel like, when Issa Rae was like, it's a me season. I feel like a lot of y'all, and I can contest to this too, like, it's really a you season. You staying away from the drama, the bullshit, the arguing, the conflict, the drama. You staying away from it. And the more you stay away from it, the more it exposes people that was causing it. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Yeah, look at it's people that done burnt bridges with you. And I feel like this could be people that was just two-faced it within the situation. I don't know why this is making me think of Gemini energy, because you know how Gemini got two personalities. Yeah, so a Gemini can be significant here. It says burn bridges, lack of trust, disloyal, turned back on. Yep, two-faced, double life, cheater, backstabber. This could be, I'm telling you, this could be like people, whether it's family or close friends that you thought was family, that as soon as, you don't hit them up, you're not talking with them or as consistently, or, maybe they did something to backstab you. These are people that before they did that shit, oh, they loved you, they cared about you. Soon as that shit happened, now they got all this shit to say. It's like, that's how a motherfucker was feeling from the jump. They just couldn't wait till some shit happened in order to disclose whatever the fuck was going on with you. It's like when you love somebody, whether you fuck with them or not, there's a certain level of fucking loyalty and integrity that most people just don't fucking have. I mean, these are people that you could have confined in, that you could have told certain things about or whatever. It's like, don't think that your family can't be haters too. Don't think that your families can't be haters too or can't be two-faced as well. Because they be one way with you, and then they be one way with another person that probably ain't their family, or I don't know. It's just a lot of, it seems like messiness here. Like, as you're in this healing energy, it's just a lot of messiness, I feel like, going on in the background. And it's merely because, like, this can be people that's um inquiring about you. These people that burnt bridges when it came to you, they keeping the drama going. You know where to be found. You done left, you loving on yourself, you're healing, and then here's your name constantly being brought up and shit. It could be a whole event going on, some other shit going on. People like, have you talked to Collective? Have you said, well, then the last time I talked, just to start some shit, the last time I talked to Collective said this, and it's just like, bruh. They was trying to be so loving, so caring towards you when it came to them trying to rebuild these bridges that they done burned. And once you said no, oh, then they show this other side, as if they wasn't just trying on their fucking knees, trying to get back into your life. People are a trip. People are a trip. Like, not only with just friends, you got to watch who you sell certain things to, but with your family members too. Like, I understand why my sister likes to live a private life now. Like, and I will definitely, and that's one thing that I will definitely carry on when it comes to what I got going on. Like, I'm just not, after I've experienced what I've experienced last year, like, just from people, you know, making you feel as though they locked in with you, they care about you, and things of that sort. Like, and as much as you have been there for people, as much as I have been there for people, it's like when the shit really hits the fan, you get to really see who checks up on you, who sees how you're doing, who wants to lend any type of help to you. And it was just like, damn, all right. You know what I'm saying? Some shit you just got to take with a grain of salt and keep that shit moving. Thank God I got friends that ain't family that had my back throughout the shit that I was going through. Oh, God. And that's the thing, Collective, because, like, Big G is always going to replace people in your life that you may have thought that you needed during those hard times. And it's going to show you something. It's going to show you, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm not related to this person whatsoever, or I've only known this person for a short amount of time. And look how they're showing up for you as in comparison to motherfuckers that you've known your whole life. Okay? So a lot of y'all are experiencing that right now. Okay, look at that. Toxic. On the real. Drama, arguments, incompatible. It's like you just no longer mesh well with these people. Stagnant. I feel like when you were in these people's lives, you brought a lot of, like, circulation. You know, now that I feel like you're not around, things are stagnant. Like, maybe not too many people are showing up around these people anymore. Excuse me. In the aspect of friends, maybe, you know, now that you are no longer friends with someone, they're noticing that the people that they're friends with don't even attach themselves to them anymore. And I feel like, again, this is somebody who said they did this to themselves, because they keep constantly putting you in conversation when you're nowhere to be found. So these people that this person is connected to is starting to wake the fuck up and be like, well, damn, if you talking about Collective like that when they not around, I can only imagine being your friend how you would talk about me if we weren't cool. You know, this can be some people that they're connected to no longer venting to them, no longer, like, opening up, because they see how this person has, you know what I'm saying, broadcast whatever the fuck you had going on to the next person. You got to watch shit like that. I'm very, like, listen, if I know that you are friends with someone and they have a fallout and I witness how you talk about a motherfucker during that fallout, oh, baby, best believe me. Listen, I pay attention to shit like that. I will be very careful with the things that I disclose to you, because I seen your get down with somebody that you considered your bro, who you considered your sis, who you considered your best fucking friend. So it's like, what makes me think that I'm obsolete? It's like, hell no. Okay? So stagnant, it says stuck, dead end, frozen. It's like, yeah, some of these people are just choosing not to disclose certain things to them. You know what I'm saying? They tell them something and they like, dang, you know, a motherfucker be like, damn, that's crazy. Because again, people really do love you, collective, so they're not about to sit here and feed into the shit all because a motherfucker is feeling a certain type of way because you cut them off. Like, these are people like willingly going out their way to create a bandwagon of haters for you, and nobody wants to get the fuck on. They stuck. The shit, they done reached the dead end. Because what they're really doing is what they're really doing is displaying who they truly are. and it makes sense as to how your energy is when leaving this certain group or this person or these people versus theirs. Like, you can tell who's still mad about it. You can tell who's still mad. What's the deal with family? Ego, exactly. It says arrogance, having too much pride, being stubborn, holding back. There's a lot of I'm telling you, it's a lot of stubbornness energy here. And here's the thing, like, what it is that you do, maybe for work, your profession, or just your energy, like the type of person that you are, but people feel like your ego is too big. You know, like maybe you could be around a lot of you can have family members who, you know, when it comes to their goals and their dreams, yeah, look at that, established. When it comes to their goals and their dreams, they don't know how to put themselves in a position to win. They be stuck, like, oh, I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? They think of one idea, they try it, it don't go through, and they feel like, oh, this is a dead end. I don't know what else. But you, I mean, shit, you know how to skin a cat a million ways. Okay, established. Like, you could have established something for yourself. It's jealousy and envy for sure, because it's like people just feel like, and even too, when it comes to holding back, I remember seeing a post and it was like, for you to not support me or whatever, but you want my resources, like, clearly you got to be out your fucking mind. You can't like a post, you can't comment, you can't even do word of mouth. That shit is free. And motherfuckers will be under a celebrity's post saying all this shit. But when it comes to you, they feel like if that like, that comment, that support, that repost, whatever, is gonna get your head bigger than however you already see yourself. Like, just because you see yourself and you got a certain type of confidence about you, it should not take away from somebody else. But that's how these energies feel. Like, if they even give you an ounce of love or support, that it makes them feel like a fangirl. But when it comes to their favorite celebrity, they'll be up in them fucking comments. They will repost their ass. They gonna go to their concerts and all this and all that. This is like people, that's that energy of like, people want you to do good, just not better than them. But with or without these people, like I said, Big G gonna always replace them with people that are going to actually show you love. So it's like, fuck what you talking about, fuck what you heard. Whether it's people talking down on your name, all that's doing is bringing more attraction to what you got going on anyways. So thank you. If anything, these people wanted to keep you around, to cling to you in order to reap the benefits of what you got going on. It says old exes, dead relationship, old ways. It's like these people did not want to grow. They did not want to evolve. They just wanted to ride your coattail until it gave them the opportunity to get where they was trying to go. These were people that was not really your fam or was not really your friends or your lover. They was banking on you doing all the hard work and then and then benefiting off of your resources that came with your hard work. People, man. But you know, with ego saying having too much pride when it comes to these family members that see how much you have established something for yourself, because they're in this secret competition with you, they got too much pride to even ask you, like, hey, how did you establish this? How were you able to do this? Do you have? But the reason why they know that they can't ask you those questions is because they wasn't with you shooting in the fucking gym. So they even know. They have the same energy as you do when it comes to motherfuckers wanting to need you when they weren't even there for you. So it's like the fucking audacity. So that's why, because they know that it's like they know that they did not give you the same type of energy that they now need from you. Like they burnt their own bridge by doing that. You can't even get resources from Collective now because you didn't even do the shit that was fucking free. Whole time Collective could have connected you to some people that could have got you discounts on shit, that could have, all because of the love that you show people and how you show for them, and then this and that sort. Like, you ever gotten the hookup from somebody that had a good heart? I can't tell you as many times as I have, just by mentioning their name. I'm like, oh, what will send me? Oh yeah, that's my peoples for sure. I got you. You better act like your name hold weight, Collective, because it definitely does. It definitely does. Give me more on family reflection. Yep. It says, dark night of the soul, dark shadow, facing inner truth, seeing true colors. Okay. You can have a twin. Okay. When I see reflection, it's like, you know, same person. I'm hearing, I'm staring at the man in the mirror. It can change your way. That's Michael Jackson. Somebody's name could be Michael. Somebody's last name could be Jackson. Okay? But people are merely just showing you how this newfound confidence or this new sense of healing that you have, it's showing people the work that they have yet to do. You know, you can have family members that feel as though like they know what the fuck to do to get under your skin, but because that shit not working no more, because you've been healing, you've been choosing a different route. You know what I'm saying? It may hurt to bite your tongue at some shit that you really can pop your shit about. But when you choose to take the high road, it feels so much better after the fact. But to these other people that want to cause you to react a certain type of way, it eats them the fuck up inside. It eats them the fuck up inside, and it makes them be like, damn, I am the drama. I am the problem. I can't get Collective to feed off of my bullshit anymore. Like, whoever these people are, they got some shadow work that they need to do. Because a lot of people, again, they're starting to see their true colors. Hey, Steve. Like, Collective, who would have knew? Who would have thought that you just healing exposes people for who they are? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to tell a motherfucker, you know what? When you see it ain't getting through to them, when you see that they just want to try and escalate the situation, the conversation, you know what? When you see you beating a dead horse, it's just like, you know what? You got that. You got that. And the crazy part is, even when you say shit like that, they still get upset. Like, what do you mean I got that? What do you mean? Like, motherfuckers just don't know how to stop. I see why you had to bow out gracefully with some of these people, because it's like, again, these are people that don't like to be told about themselves. And then these are the very same people that would like to bring up shit from years of fucking ago to validate some bullshit that they're refusing to admit about themselves. Yeah, they get all in their emotions. Mm. Big bad boat and everything. So yeah, they definitely got it. Oh shoot, on the real. It's like you got it. You got it. It's like because sometimes people would just provoke a fucking argument with you so they can get back, go to listing all the shit from the past of the person that you ain't even, that you aren't even anymore. They want to bring you, they see how much you have grown and they want to drag you back to who you used to be by trying to stir up emotions in you. Don't give them the satisfaction. I'm hearing anything I want. I can have it because you know what I need. Satisfaction, anything I need. Okay? Some of y'all can have a dog, or some of y'all, you know what I'm saying? You could have got the paw print tattoos like Eve. Somebody's name could be Eve. Somebody's name could be Evelyn. Okay? But yeah, look at that. Triggers. I can't make this shit up. Like, you could have been somebody that could have, gone off on people and shit like that, even if you were standing up for yourself. People will purposely say and do shit to try and get a reaction out of you in order to trigger you. But you don't operate like that no more. It says flashbacks, trauma bond, inner child wounds, attracting toxic. Yeah, no. Nah, because misery loves company at the end of the day. Misery loves company, and when people are miserable within themselves and they see that you are not able to get under, they're not able to get under your skin anymore, you end up triggering them to start tripping. And once you realize that, because it's like, listen, if you really love me, why do you want to see me upset, angry, cursing, going back and forth, bringing up the past and all this shit? If you really love me, why? Why do we even have to get there? If we so-called family, if we so-called friends that done turned into family, why do it has to get there? I'm getting irritated. I feel y'all energy so tough because this is like you biting the bullet. Like, ooh. Like, you know what? My past self would have reacted so differently, but who I am today, you can't even get that out of me. It's like killing a motherfucker with kindness. You know what I'm saying? They can't even get it up out of you. What's cutting ties? Hello. You really had some toxic ass people, collective. And I feel like when it comes to you healing, I feel like you're unlearning and relearning. Because especially if this was around family, like you grew up around operating a certain type of way because of the people that you know, had as your family or who you had as your friend. So when you make those changes and being like, damn, I don't want to be like my mama. I don't want to be like my daddy. I don't want to be like my brother. I don't want to be like my sister. I don't want to be like how my grandma was. Because you see how, I feel like y'all are like generational curse breakers on God. Because you could have witnessed your grandma treating your mama or your uncles a certain type of way. And then you see how that mirrored, right, with reflection, how that mirrored into they kids. And you like, yeah, hell nah, this shit stops with me. As a trigger warning, okay, somebody could be in like a toxic relationship where like it gets physical. I'm here, let's get physical. Like, and I say that because when I said it ends with y'all, it made me think of that. What's that movie? I think it's on Netflix or Tubi. It's called It Ends With Us. And in that movie, the girl, she had witnessed her dad, beating on her mom. And then when she had got married, there were subtle things that her husband did that he covered up with the excuse or played on her mental, but it was abuse, whether it's physical, mentally, financially, emotionally, whatever. Because abuse don't always have to be a motherfucker putting their hands on you. But with me seeing this card with the hands up, it made me think of like physical altercation. But I feel like y'all really have been standing up for yourselves. Like a light bulb went on. Maybe it took for you to have your own family, to have your own kids, to where like when you going about things a certain type of way, you end up having those flashbacks of like, I know how it made me feel when I was younger when my mom did this, so I'm switching some shit up. Mm-hmm. It said toxic says unhealthy poison. That could be even more clear for poison to even show up in the fucking reading on the card. And I was really trying to decide which cards I wanted to use because I have a lot of them, and this one was just screaming at me. I was like, all right. But it says delusion, nasty behavior. Okay. It could just be in the way in which you talk to your partner. You know what I'm saying? You could have grew up and your mama or your daddy used to talk reckless to each other. You know what I'm saying? And then you could have found yourself being on that same type of tip with who you was in a relationship with. And the shit ain't flying. Especially too, like if you had an ex, I feel like this ex energy, like if their parents experienced domestic violence, they couldn't do that shit with you. Because for one, I feel like your energy and your aura, like it's just something about it to where this person knew that you would fight back. You're not taking that shit. But whoever they with now, you know, God forbid. But I feel like that person may not have that type of aura or energy that you have, to where they're able to get away with that shit with whoever they with now. You know what I'm saying? Assert some type of dominance that makes a motherfucker submit to them raising their voice at them. Or, man, we ain't even gonna get too deep in that. The shit didn't fly with you. Let's just say that. The shit didn't fly with you. So, you know, when somebody toxic ain't able to get over on one of their victims, they gonna find somebody else to where they are able to. I'm so glad that you're in the process of healing from this shit, collective. I'm so proud of you. Because I can just feel your heart. I can feel your heart. And then the aspect of you just tired of explaining your shit to people. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, I'm going to let you believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. And I feel you. I got to that point when it came to friends, especially family too. It's just like, you know, it'd be crazy too, because it'd be the motherfuckers that knew what you was going through that will hear something or whatever and form their own opinion. And it's like at that point, and you can tell when motherfuckers switch up on you. But it's like at that point, you know, it's like, if you want to believe some shit as far as however long ago it was or whatever, because, you know, when people are trying to put people on their side, they only tell their side. They don't really tell the nitty gritty of what the fuck they did. But you're not here to prove your point by constantly telling your story. You know, you shouldn't have to sit here and reiterate what you are healing from. It's like, believe what you want to believe. Yep, ghosts. Present, yep. A lot of people are not seeing you. And I feel like a lot of people refuse to see you for who you truly were. They just waited for some other toxic person to come and draw a narrative of you because that's how they internally felt about you, in order for it to make sense as to why they originally wanted to treat you fucked up from the beginning. They originally wanted to treat you that way. They had no supporting evidence to go forth with treating you that way until the toxic energy impeded onto them and gave them something to feed on. Exactly, Oshun says, no more bragging, chasing, and explaining. We attract what's meant for us. Exactly. You want people that's going to see your heart and feel your heart, not the ones that you got to prove those things to. Because these people knew that you had a good heart. They just wanted you to be miserable just like them. So they're like, I know Collective got a good heart, but I know they also got a bad side too. And I want to try and pull that side out of them. Why? Why? Shit is weird. It says, leaving behind, disappearing, cold, no contact. So like, yeah. It's like some things just don't need a explanation, because again, we are grown. People know exactly what the fuck they're doing. I'm hearing, if I don't pick up the phone like I used to for you, don't you take it personal. If I don't do all the things that I used to do for you, I ain't mad at you. If you get to feeling stress up in your chest, thinking that you're about to lose, baby, it's true. And if you's losing out on sleep, home worrying about me. If you don't know, now you know you're gonna miss my love. And I ain't worried about a doggone thing, 'cause I was true when I gave you my love. Like, yeah. Yeah. You're no longer in reach of these same people that now need you. The ways in which you could have been a people pleaser, extended multiple olive branches. Once you seen how people treated you, the moment toxicity um, got a hold of them and they chose to pick that side, it's like, stay over there. This is happening in the present. It says feeling the moment, becoming aware today in the now. It's like, yeah, I feel like you're just more so, as you're healing, collective, you're more so worried on, as I'm about to clarify healing, only you, about the people that's with you in your corner right now. Not who used to be, who is here right now. So when it comes to healing, you only want people that see you. It made me think of that Tiana Taylor when she was like, I don't want nobody around me. It's a clip on Instagram. She was like, I don't want nobody around me that don't see me. And I felt her on that, because why would you want motherfuckers that's constantly around you, and then you got you're elevating and you're establishing things, and now everybody is Stevie motherfucking Wonder when it comes to what you got going on. They blind. Oh, I didn't see. But they watching your goddamn stories, that this and that. They quick to hit you up on some drama. They see that shit. But when it comes to you getting shit cracking, and then they see you in person, they don't mention none of that shit. But they're quick to mention some blog shit about other people's lives. It says focus on just you, observing you, watching you. There's no one like you. Exactly, collective. And I feel like that's what you've been doing in your healing journey. And because you are focused on you, people feel like, you know what I'm saying, you moving secretive. Secrets is here. It says love affair, keeping things inside and opening up illusions. So because these people, it's like people are drawing their own assumptions when it comes to you. But listen, these assumptions is just confirmation as to how these people know that they was treating you. If you are healing and you're working on yourself, and somebody is assuming that you don't like them or whatever, they may be scared because they feel like either you felt their energy, or you must have found out something that they said about you. You peep something. They be telling on their damn self. They be telling on themselves. Whole time you just worried about you, what you finna make for dinner, what's your plans, what's your goals. That's where your mind is at. But the minute you start to detach the bullshit that people was doing to you, the toxic shit people was doing to you, they're like, oh my God, they scared. They're like, I don't know, collective may know. Energy speaks way louder than words. I really wish people understood that. It's like, I don't give a fuck what you saying. How you making me feel, your actions is gonna tell me more than what your mouth is saying. And you can't blame nobody but yourself as to why people go about treating you a certain type of way. Or them, I should say. It's like, look how you moving. That's your answer right there. But when it comes to healing, collective, because these energies, they want to make you to blame so bad, but it's like, but with how you've been healing, how you've been moving, like it just points the finger back at them. It's like, bruh, look at yourself. But when it comes to love, there is somebody here that is focused on you. Okay, I feel like they want to be with just you and only you. This could have been that person, right, that was so used to dating a certain type of aesthetic of a person, and they're realizing like there isn't anybody that's like you, collective. I'm hearing only you can make me happy. Like they could be dealing with people that, yeah, they cute, they straight or whatever. They're a good time, but damn, motherfucker can't even make them laugh. They boring as hell. Boring as hell. Lights on, nobody the fuck home. They like, damn, man, I done fucked up. Collective had the looks, the personality, the goals, the dreams. They were funny. And I just kept thinking that it was something else out there. Now I done fucked it up. They picked their poison. You was the one that was going to force them to grow up and change, but they wasn't ready for that. And now that they didn't keep coming across motherfuckers and they're tired of having the fun that they've been having and they want to establish something for themselves, you didn't wait around for them. Yep. I won. You what? I lost. They lost. They thought they won when it came to you because they seen your loving spirit, your energy. They're like, oh yeah, boom, I got this one. I can keep this one in my back pocket. This ain't no motherfucking Pokemon. You can't, ain't no trading. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person thought that they could just seal you up and keep you in their back pocket, keep doing the shit that they wanted to do until it was time to settle down with you, to marry you, to make you their girlfriend or whatever. They thought they had time, baby. Whole time they what? They lost. All right, it says running away, emptiness, feeling invisible, cutting off. Yeah, it's like, you know the love that you have to bring to a person. And if they're not ready to receive that, it's like you can't pour from an empty cup. And you realize whoever this person was, they had an empty cup. Here you come full of love, full of life. And you're doing all the pouring and they're not doing shit to pour back into you. The well has ran dry here. I feel like you just real ice cold on the motherfucker. Okay, it's giving like the swords energy. You know how the king and queen of swords could be real cold and cutthroat? That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, so that could be of significance. But again, like this is somebody who's used to feeding their ego with people that are empty. Like they're empty, so what fills them up is by dating the baddest bee or the baddest dude, or having all these materialistic things. And then they see like, damn, by having these things, the type of woman or the type of man that I'm attracting, all these want me for those things. They still end up feeling empty. You know what I'm saying? This person made you feel like they didn't see you. Like I said, feeling invisible. Now motherfuckers is Ray Charles. I'm here. I'm Ray Charles to the bullshit. I forgot what song. What song is that? It may be conducive. Let me see. Ain't that Lil Wayne? Let me see. Yep, it is Lil Wayne. She will. Exactly. Somebody could have felt as though like, oh, collective, she gonna be here. She'll do this. She'll take me back. Nope. I tell her, now go and pop that pussy for a real nigga. I already know that life is deep, but I still dig it. Niggas jealous, really, I can't care less. I'm in Hell's Kitchen with the apron and the hairnet. Devil on my shoulder, the Lord, that's my witness. Yeah. Somebody just really felt as though like, oh, collect, she'll still be there. She will. And you was like, nah, you gonna have to come find me. Cause it's like, they Thank you, Oshun. Cause yeah, that was Lil Wayne. I was like, I'm hearing shit. Um, yeah, collective. And as I'm shuffling and I stopped at the bottom of the deck, it was lust. You know, maybe this could have been somebody where you was all in it for the aspect of finding somebody to actually love and care about. They was just looking at you from a super level point of view. And that's just merely a reflection of how they operate with how they go about attracting certain people in their life anyways. They only care about how the shit look. This is like some pimp my ride shit. You know how the cars used to be looking so nice on the outside and the inside, but them cars didn't really fucking drive. It didn't really go nowhere. Engine fucked up, all the starters, the battery, they weren't working on all the fucked up shit. They just did it for the aesthetic. They didn't fix anything. The catalytic converter, you know. It says forbidden fruit, non-committal sexual energy tragedy. Yeah, so it's like, you know, and sometimes we have to go through a tragedy of a situation in order for us to step into our healing journey. You know what I'm saying? You can't have growth without the pain. Because you got to grow from something, right? But I mean, also too, you can grow from the good as well. I feel like a lot of y'all could have just been a lot of, like, could have been people pleasers. You know what I'm saying? When you do too much of shit, it can be dangerous. You always saying yes to a motherfucker. Okay, yeah, okay, what? All right, cool. And then when you start to say no, that's when you start to really see people true colors. Like, damn. And they forget all the 1,000,001 yeses that you done told them, and make it seem like that one no is the severance of y'all relationship or y'all friendship. It's just like, damn. Even the good can reveal the bad, not just the bad. Give me one more on healing. Tether, okay? So it says telepathy, intuition, dreams, heart songs, all right? In your healing journey, I was just talking to somebody about this too, because I was just like, we were talking about dreams. He was like, maybe my dreams are trying to tell me something. And I was like, I honestly feel like dreams be like what you, like, okay, when we are awake, a lot of stuff on our subconscious we don't pay attention to. I feel like when we dream, that's when those things are brought into fruition. But it's like, because, man, the way God designed us, and this is just my guess, right? I just feel like he creates dreams like movies while we are asleep in order for us to depict what's going on as far as what we ignore in our day-to-day life. You know, like, and it does, again, you probably won't dream about the same shit that happened in the waking in the waking of your day, right? But he will put it in a way in which it will cause you to think about those things from your waking day, if that makes sense. Okay? So, I don't know, some of y'all could be having dreams about past exes or people that you dealt with and things like that. Because, yeah, man, I done had some dreams, but it's like, what do you interpret from that, right? From what he showed you. You know, whether somebody, because again, you can have people that's used to smiling in your face and being all this and that, but when you go to sleep and you dream about that person and Big G shows you them in a spiritual aspect, being a different way, it kind of like agrees with your intuition as to how you feel about that person. So maybe that can be something that you could be going through, you know, like maybe you would ask Big G, like, you know, I don't know if this person really loved me or care about me. Can you let me know? And then you end up dreaming about them, and and then you guys are driving and they trying to drive y'all off a damn cliff. You know what I'm saying? It's like a motherfucker don't care at the expense of even hurting themselves as long as it takes you out of here. Like, pay attention to that type of shit. I know when I stopped smoking weed, I was able to remember my dreams became so vivid. That shit was so crazy. I was just like, damn. You know, because suppressing, using, certain things to suppress things, not only in your, as you're awake, but it does the same thing when you are asleep too. So, like, maybe y'all could be noticing that too. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't remember my dreams. And then you stop smoking, and then you like, damn, now I can remember my dreams. Because you have, like, a conscious mind. Like, yeah. So what's burnt bridges? What's burnt bridges? Yep, denial. Then you got some people that just refuse to understand that they are the fucking problem. They are contradicting themselves. They're contradicting themselves. Like I said, if these people loved and cared about you, they will not be constantly trying to paint this picture as if they did something right and you're the problem as to why you no longer want to deal with them. They're not facing reality, the real truth of things. It says contradicting, refusal, dismissal. And when you get to start to tell people about themselves, like, hey, this is not really. Here's the thing, like, this is like somebody here could be a teacher. But it's like people that treat you wrong do not get to dictate or have a say-so on how you view them. But if they had the opportunity, they would. That's why these are the same type of people that try and get you out your character. Like, imagine your teacher gave you your test back, gave you the answers, and let you grade your own paper. Would you grade it with integrity? Or would you change some shit so it can seem as though you passed? In the book Malcolm Gladwell, by Malcolm Gladwell, which book was it? I think it was. It wasn't Outline. It was Talking to Strangers. And they did this experiment in a classroom where everything was planned, right? And it just goes to show, like, if people would tell the truth and how you can tell if they're lying. So they recorded the whole thing. So it would be two people in the room, a teacher. She had the test with the answers, and I think one of the people were like in on it that was taking the test. And so they would try and convince the other person, like, well, she left the answers up there, like, we should go look at it or whatever. Some people did, and some people had that sense of integrity, like, no, I'm not going to do it. So then after the test was done, they had students pick who they thought was telling the truth and who they thought was lying. And he was just basically explaining, like, the codes of facial expressions and how you can tell if someone is lying. It made me think, if y'all are watching Found on Netflix, Margaret, how she has her, they say her Margaret, like, superpower, how she's able to see if someone is lying or not based off of their facial expressions, how fidgety they are, their body language and stuff like that, right? So I just feel as though, like, when people ask about you to other people, like, you can tell in their body language, their verbiage or whatever, if they're lying. No matter how much they try and make it seem like it's your fault or blame you. You know what I'm saying? The people that actually really know them intuitively, I feel like they can tell, like, nah, it's more to the story. As to what caused you, out of all people, to burn bridges with them. Because everybody know you're very loving, you're very caring. You know, look at that, observing. I'm trying to tell you, somebody paying close attention. Why the screen? Hold on, y'all. Somebody is paying close attention to someone as far as whose side they want to believe and all this, that, and other. Okay? It says being watched, social media stalking, keeping an eye on you, obsessed with you. It's like as much as these people were toxic in your life, they can't stop fucking checking in to see what you got going on. And I feel like you just keep up in the score every time they tap in to see how your life is, what you know, it constantly reflects. That should be a reflection to whoever these people are. Like, you need help. If you can't make certain decisions within your life, or if you're trying to uphold some type of image or narrative and you got to constantly tap in to see what collective is doing, you are the fucking problem. If you can't stand 10 toes down on just accepting the fact that a motherfucker don't want to fuck with you no more, stand on it. But to constantly be trying to draw narratives as to why somebody does not fuck with you, it's like, and man, I'm getting annoyed with whoever this person is in your life. I see why you got the fuck on. I see why. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Cause bruh, it's really like talking to a brick wall. But this is people that like to get a rise out of you. Like, ooh. Ooh, wee. But I feel like, again, some people that really rock with you or really do love you, they're not allowing somebody to keep fueling the fire when it comes to you. This could be somebody like getting on someone and telling them like, okay, well look how you acting, look how you moving. I ain't heard a peep from collective, but every time I come around you, you got a peep to say. Everything you peeped when it came to collective, here you come talking about it. Like, you're obsessed, you're weird. Collective's not even worried about your ass. God damn. They watching your social media, they watching whatever you post and just want to be fucking nosy. When people ain't got no goals, they don't have nothing to be passionate about, that's all, and they operate and they toxic like this, they make their day out of watching the very same people that they're envious and jealous of. Like, don't you got some goals to write down? Are you passionate about something in life? Other than working and making somebody else rich, what do you want to do in this life? What imprint are you going to leave to say that as far as something that you established for not only yourself, but for your kids and your family? Like, there's so much shit you can do in a day other than being so concerned about another human being that you ain't fucking, you ain't feeding, and that did not come out of your damn coochie or nutsack. Shit. Anywho, what's this two-face energy? Damn. Faith. Okay, somebody's name could be Faith, is what I'm getting. It made me think of, what's that, Greenleaf? So, yeah, something definitely could be going on with, like, the church, people you went to church with. Yeah, something like that could be significant. It say faith, wishing, praying, and hoping, okay? But with this two-face energy, this gives me like a motherfucker that's like, oh, I'm so happy for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope you get everything that you have, that you're wishing for and everything. But then when you turn your back, they're like, man, that bitch ain't about to get shit. I hope that bitch. I hope all they plans come crashing down. You know what I'm saying? They complimented your outfit the whole time. Then they had like, I probably look better in it. I probably, man, if I was collective, if I had the body of collective, if I had this, well, man, I would be good. It's like, that's exactly why you don't have that shit. Exactly why you don't have that shit, or they don't have that shit. And the thing is, like, you are somebody that I feel like when it comes to these two-faced ass people, you have faith in them. You know what I'm saying? You prayed for them. You know, if they were going through something, if they were struggling, if they, whatever the fuck it was. Your silent voice wasn't on some hater type shit. It was on some, man, God, you know what I'm saying? As I'm talking to this person, I know they're going through something. I just pray that you keep your head in their life. I can see it in their face that it's hurting them. And I just pray that you open up your arms and welcome them in. Or you send people in their life that can do that for them as well, aside from me. The energy is so different. The energy is so different. Ooh, I see why you cut ties with these people. Boy, I tell you. I don't know why it's making my daddy, he's so country. He'd be like, doggone it, I tell you. I gotta call him tomorrow. Anchor, okay? It says holding it together, getting a grip, heaviness, chained up. It's like, yeah. It's like because of how much faith, I'm hearing faith as a having faith as much as a mustard seed. Okay? You have a certain type of way of holding things together. Like, you could be the anchor in your group of friends. You know what I'm saying? You know how to hold some shit down. When shit get tough, you know how to pray with them. You know how to speak life into them. And your definition of holding people down was totally different. I feel like you was holding people down and people was talking down on you. That's the two-faced energy. Like, as they could have came to you when they needed help in a position that they were stuck in. But when it came to you going through shit that you was stuck in, they decided to talk down on you. Or to entertain motherfuckers that wanted to talk down on you. I know that's right, Oshun. Clock that fucking T. It said, the more I prayed, Prayed, for them, the more they prayed on me, Prey. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers can now just wait to attack you at a vulnerable space or place in your life. It's time to go out my face. You better get up out my face. It's like, I feel like you don't even want these people in your face no more. Like, you trying to hold it together and be cordial, but with some people, whether it's family or friends, like, you could just see the hate and jealousy in they face. So you'd rather just not. Once you've already experienced that on multiple occasions, you just rather not even be around that person. I don't care how much they compliment you or whatever. It's just like, save it. Save it. We ain't even got to do all of that. Because the energy is already felt. If anything, it's going to make you feel uncomfortable. Because you see past the bullshit. Lord, give me one more on Two-Face, Locked. Okay, I feel like you closed the door on these people. It's like you locked that door and threw away the key. It's so funny. It made me think of my niece. She was like, when we're talking in class, my teacher says, I love her so much. That's my little baby. She was like, the teacher says, zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket. But anywho, it says missing pieces, detached, locked away heart, can't move forward. Okay, it's like, yeah, collective, as much as you could have had a special place in these people's heart when it came to you, it's like by them acting the way that they acted towards you, they no longer have access. They no longer have access. Whole time, like, when it comes to you being so much of an asset in people's life, they really burnt that bridge. Like, they're going to have to find somebody else that's going to have the resources. They're going to have to find somebody else that knows how to calm them down. They're going to have to find somebody else to speak life into them or whatever, or to stroke their fucking ego. They're going to have to find somebody else, yeah, at the bottom of the deck, because you're completely done. Done dado. Okay, moving on, ending cycles, lessons learned, coming full circle. And you can, this make me think of Tracy Morgan. I just seen that reel this morning, and I guess Tracy Morgan was like outside of an establishment. Somebody could be a comedian as well, or want to be a comedian, or want to be like an actor in movies. But it's like somebody, this is like the energy of somebody doing something to someone, because, okay, my mind is going everywhere. He was outside of an establishment, right? A whole group of people. And he ended up seeing somebody that he knew from childhood days. And I guess he asked him for like some money, or, you know, or whatever. I guess he was hungry or whatever. And Tracy was like, nah, fuck that. He was like, he said something about like when we were younger, what you did and whatever. And the dude was like, but I'm homeless. And he's like, well, that ain't I didn't do that. That ain't my problem. And people in the comments was like, well, I would have helped him. It's like, you don't know how grimy that motherfucker could have did him. What predicament he could have put him in as to why that energy was the way it was. Just because you have established something for yourself, whether it's financial security, your career, whatever, do not, just because motherfuckers grew up with you, you knew them for a long time, or they blood, they family, don't mean that you obligated to pay back a damn thing. Because at the end of the day, we didn't ask to fucking be here. So just because it's your mama, or just because it's your daddy, or just because it's your grandma, and they used to change your diapers back in the day, don't mean that you obligated to do for them based off of how they went about treating you. And don't make people make you feel like they're obligated to do so, that you're obligated to do so. Because when you was going through the shit that you was going through, they didn't make it their obligation to fucking help you. So it sucks to fucking suck at the end of the day. These people wanted to be so fucking toxic towards you, but because you seen past the veil and you decided to grow and heal, they feel as though all the toxic shit is canceled out. Like, no. You may forgive, but you don't forget. There's a reason why, had it not been for them treating you so fucked up, it would have never catapulted you into healing. You will be still stuck in the same predicament, still going through stagnant shit that you was when you was with them. As they watched you struggle, as they watched you hurt, as they watched you go through heartbreak. Whew. What's this toxic energy? Lord. Union. Yeah, it's like now motherfuckers want to kumbaya with you. Now they want to come together. Because even when you think of union jobs, right? Ain't it hard to get fired there? I hear a lot of people say, like, if you're part of a union, they can't. I don't know. It just it just goes back to that energy of people feeling as though just because, you know, with family coming out here, y'all share the same blood, y'all share the same siblings, or whatever the case may be, that they can just automatically get a pass back into your life. No. It says reconciliation, coming back, making it work, second chance. Like, nah. You'll really, bottom of the deck, you'll really be taking a gamble by doing that shit. Because, listen, collective, do not forget how motherfuckers treated you before you get to where you about to go or where you are right now. Because if you wasn't in the position that you are right now or that you're about to be in, would they ever wanted a second chance with you? Because these are the same type of people that thought you was going to be broke, busted, and disgusted. And because you're not, now they're realizing that they need you, because you surpass whatever they have done to you, whether it's talk down on your name, whether they did something to you spiritually, whether they tried to have other people go against you. None of that shit worked. No weapon formed against you ever prospered. It says taking a break, poker face, not showing feelings, rolling the dice. It's like, yeah, whole time these people still feel a certain type of way about you. Don't allow people to come back into your life to listen, because that's like, again, that's that ego, especially if this is an ex. Don't let motherfucker come back and be like, oh, I've changed and this and that and all this. Yeah, that poker face be looking real good. But because they went through all of this hurt and pain from you leaving them, once they get you back into a certain position of feeling a way about them, that's their time to pay back, get their payback. Notice the patterns in people. Once you've learned the lesson, there's no need to learn it again. That's like having to go back and start high school over again, back to back to back, or go back to elementary school to start back. It's like, nah, you've already learned those lessons. You're far past that. I don't, even if you don't know what's to come when it comes to love, and you got an ex coming back wanting to be back in good graces because you went through a years of being single. Just because you're familiar with it don't mean that you got to go back to it. Yeah, it may seem a little lonely. It may seem like, damn, am I ever going to find somebody? But that's at that time, that's when you really got to keep your faith strong. It's like, remember why you left these people. It's very rare that you end up coming back into a union with someone that you it just depends on how I feel like things had ended. If y'all ended and were still able to be friends or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Who knows how the second chances will go? It may end up better. It could have been like, okay, we were young, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't toxic, but we just wasn't growing at the same space, shit, right? But if you went through some toxic shit with a motherfucker, they putting their hands on you, this and that, whatever, then you go through years of being single, don't go back to that shit. Don't go back to that shit, collective. Because trust me, there were plenty of other victims after you that did not work, as to why they ass is probably still single to this day. And some people think that with time, it heals the toxic shit that they done put you through. No. There was a reason why it was so much time in between you and that person. Okay? Children, I feel like somebody is still childish. Immature, innocent children, okay? And even if this is somebody that you had kids with that just want to be like, let's keep the family together and I want our kids to have 2-parent household. No, not if it's going to revert back to being toxic. You don't want to teach your kids that, yeah, they didn't see mommy or daddy put their hands on each other and then time went by and then they got back together. I'm pretty sure them kids is going to remember that. By your doings, do not teach them that is okay. I don't care how young they were. Kids be remembering. Okay? Pursuit. All right? Chasing, resistance, hunting down, resilient. All right? And I feel like that's simply just saying, because I feel like you're very wise, collective. You're very wise with this owl being there. Be careful of the ways in which people try and pursue you. Because you can know when it's some toxic shit. When it's just very surface level. A motherfucker only want to chase you down because of how you look. Or, what you got on that particular day, or whatever it is that they see you got rolling. Like, be wise enough to see when somebody actually sees you. You can tell a lot by conversation. In the times that a mother okay? But motherfuckers always hitting you up 2, 3 in the morning. Yeah, this shit is what they trying to pursue. What they say, only legs is open at that time. I mean, legs and drive-throughs. In and out. Not there for a long time. Okay? So, yeah. As I stop the deck to get the last words from Spirit, gamble again. Because we take a risk every day when we invite people into our life, whether we show them the exit. To make sure it's a good gamble when it comes to letting the negative people, the toxic people out the door. Because you could be gambling opportunities coming your way. It can be gambling you being at the right place at the right time that's going to help you elevate. You know what I'm saying? By constantly being under somebody who's toxic and going back and forth with them, you know, it's taking the time that you could have been somewhere else, networking, being here, being there, tending to your business to meet the person that you was supposed to meet. But because you with a motherfucker that's taking up your headspace with frustration, drama, conflict, your mind wouldn't even think of going to those places. So man, I want y'all to do good. I want y'all to, and I see that y'all are. Because with the present, with all this going on, I do feel like you cleaning the house right now. Like, you just really, you know what you want to pursue in life. And it's definitely not toxic energy. You're not chasing nobody. This is like you knowing the love that you have, you knowing your worth, and you wanting someone just as wise as you. You shouldn't have to be chasing the motherfucker down as to why they didn't hit you up, why they're not calling you, why they're not showing interest, why. No, because the right person, they're going to do that. And I hate the aspect of just like people feeling as though pursuing someone that they really love or care is like, oh, I'm not going to chase them down. It's like, motherfucker, if you knew that you did some shit that put y'all in this position in the first place, it ain't you chasing them down. It's you trying to make some shit right. Because you did this shit. You, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was the motherfucker that put you in the position to walk away. If you want to make, it's like, be careful. It's like people got to be careful with their wording too. Chasing the motherfucker down is like that song, Poison. Somebody that ain't offering shit to your life, just there for the gain of things, because they feel like their face card is going to make that credit card go through. They ain't added shit to your life. They ain't spoke life into you. They ain't motivated you. And once they get what they got from you, they ghost you. They intentionally don't hit you up because they want to see how much you own their ass. How far in do they got you to keep getting shit from you? That's chasing. But when you want to make some shit right, it's because it's with someone that you know, that you see yourself having a family with, being with, got some depth to them, and you fucking fumbled it. It's like, distinguish the difference here with whoever that's for. Because on God, like, people will make it seem like because you care for a woman, like, and you respect their boundaries and, you know, being home at a certain time or whatever the case may be, like, motherfucker got you pussy whipped. Like, y'all, listen, some people got their homies and their homegirls so far up their ass or in their ear that the verbiage, like, will cause people to to miss out on some good people, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to tell your shawty, hey, I love you. I can't wait to see you. Don't let your homeboy over there that ain't got nobody to be with say that you over here simping and shit because they ain't got motherfucker to go home to. Five of Swords. As I'm speaking on last words, whole time these are motherfuckers that be in competition with you. They wish they had a motherfucker that checked up on them, that brought them lunch, that, you know what I'm saying, that submits to them. They wish they had that. So when they see that they bro or they sis have it, oh, they gonna try. If you don't know, now you know. Just because they ain't experienced love or a motherfucker being compassionate towards them and they used to toxic energy, don't let your homies or your homegirls project that into your relationship. Because whole time motherfuckers be jealous and envious at the fact that you do got somebody that just want to call you just to see how your day going. Making it seem like, damn, you pussy because you want to check in on your girl. Like, damn, man. Page of Wands. Somebody here knows, like, again, somebody knows that they fumbled you, okay? Now they know there's competition when it comes to getting someone like you. My Page of Wands card, as y'all know, is my face-to-face conversation. They're feeling very optimistic about it. So, like, this is somebody that's like, you know, somebody be like, I got to get this bread by tomorrow. This is somebody like, I need to talk to Collective by tomorrow. I got to figure some shit out on how I need to swoop up in here quick. Because the chances of Collective being on the market too long is slim to none. They know. They know. Nine of Cups, exactly. They know. Because you emotionally fulfill this person. Like, why else would they be feeling this way as far as even wanting to see you so much? I feel like the tables have turned here. Whereas this person wanted you chasing after them. Like, now, I mean, this will be considered them chasing after you. Because I feel like you're done with the situation. Like, they know they fucked up. And they don't want you to get too far away to where it's really like, you know, like so much time goes by to where it really settles in your mind to be like, okay, I guess this motherfucker don't give a fuck. I guess. With all this time in the past, I guess they don't. Because people gonna make time for who they want to make time for, and they gonna figure out a fucking way on how to get in contact with you despite the odds, if that's what they really want to do. What else? Any last words in regards to this situation? Justice. This is Libra energy, okay? And Six of Wands. Like, somebody wants your attention. And also, too, I feel like somebody feels like things would work out in their favor being with you rather than anybody else. Because I keep hearing that song, I'd rather be with you. Ooh, yeah. Girl, I'd rather be with you. Because you come with emotional fulfillment. And again, Six of Wands, like I said, like, you could have some type of platform. You get seen for the good things that you do. You get recognized. Yeah. It's, what sets you apart from other people, Collective, is the fact that, that was one of my damn waist beats. Was the fact that, like, you pay attention to this person in ways in which other people don't. So whereas the type of woman or man that they're used to coming across, they're like, oh yeah, I like your fit. I like your designer. I like your woo, you know what I'm saying? But like, you pay attention in a different way, like on an emotional aspect. Like, you pay attention in the fact of if this person had a bad day, their emotions can show on their face. And you look past whatever they got, with the jewelry, the car they got on, got in, or whatever. and you ask them shit like, you okay? Like, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? You pay attention to that type of shit. Energy, not materialism things or materialistic things. You pay attention to energy. That's the shit that can't be bought. You can't buy, you can't download into a motherfucker how to ask the obvious if that's not what they focused on. When it comes to a person, actually really seeing them. Noticing their patterns, and when they not following those patterns, you know something off. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? What you know, usually they don't act like this, or your vibes seem a little off today. You okay? You want to talk about it? Shit like that. You can't just download that into people. You have to find somebody that actually really cares about you, that actually really loves you, to notice those type of things. The World card is here. The song that I'm hearing is Fortunate to Have You, Girl. I'm so glad you're in my world. Just as sure as the sky is blue, I'm blessed to say that I have you. And that's the thing, though. Some people may not understand why this person loves you the way that they do. But you do, because I feel like you just know who you are. You know how different you are from other women or other men. And that shit is hard to find nowadays. Being that a lot, I'm not going to say all, but being that a lot are so caught up in the fucking matrix of trying to present themselves in a certain way to accumulate whatever the things that they want off of not being their authentic self. So with the Page of Cups here, somebody could be a Pisces. I see this fish here. Or a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Somebody wants to apologize. And I did see apology, because look, after clingy, established, stagnant, there's the apology. They want to apologize for being arrogant, for making rash decisions when it came to you once you left it. You know, you hurt their ego. It's like, all right, leave. I'll just find another one of you. And then the more they got to scoping around, ain't nobody like you. In the ways in which what they're looking for specifically in a person as a whole, not just the aesthetic, like as a whole, you were that for them. They can't deny that. I feel like with isolation being in the reverse, like, again, this is somebody, they're used to just being around people. Maybe it's hard for them to just be by themselves. But they because upright, it says rejected, left alone, self-inflicted. This is just, again, this is somebody who, you know, they just try and do all these other things, date other people, whatever, so they won't be alone. But again, I feel like they still, that's still toxic, because it's like you're just, you know, you're making people feel wanted in ways in which you don't really want them, just to have a motherfucker next to you. Lord, the Chariot, somebody is determined to come your way. Okay, let's what's to come with collective and these people? Okay, what's to come with collective and these people? This was heavy, Seven of Pentacles, because I just feel like you just done with people playing in your face. Like, you would rather suffer by being by yourself and working on the inner part to you, so later on that you will come across people that have done the work and healed just like you. You'd rather go through it to get through it, other than like staying wherever the fuck you was at. with these people in love, family, friends, whatever. And I feel you 1000% on that. I feel you 1000% on that. Because when people decide that they don't want to grow, as you're growing, as you're healing, you'll look up and, you know, maybe you may bump into these people. Maybe, you know, and then you get to conversing with them, and you get to see, like, damn, you really the same. I'll never forget going out to have drinks with the old friend that I've known since like middle school. And I remember she parked at my house. Child, that whole night was just horrible. Like on the drive to the place, just in conversation, I was like, fuck, I should have just told her to drive. I was like, why did I decide to fucking drive us? Damn, now I gotta take you back to the... I was, yeah. It started like 10 minutes into the drive. I was like, damn. But I would never forget, you know, we just talking or whatever. And she would try and slide in. She was cool. I guess I found out through conversation she was still cool with people I didn't really fuck with or that I had walked away from or whatever. So that already made me feel like, damn, bitch, I don't even want to fuck with you after today. Like, hell nah. You know how motherfuckers keep digging answers. Oh, what happened with you? People that you ain't even with no more. They want to know the backstory. It's just like, bruh. But I'll never forget, as we were driving, and she was like, she looked at me, she was like, Kelsey, you really grew up. She was like, seeing you grow, like you, I'm just not how I was back in the day. You know, not to say that's a bad thing or like I was a fucked up person. Nah, it was just like, I've just matured. You know, you know how you upgrade your phone and it's just better shit? Like, I've just matured. You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, man, Kelsey, like, you've grown so much. She was like, you make me feel like it. What did she say? Her exact words. But it was kind of like, she basically stated like, her seeing my growth made her feel as though she has not grown up. And I was like, damn. Received. Received. You know? So, yeah. 7 of Pentacles. Again, with this gamble energy, like, be careful with the people that you invest in or the things that you invest in. Whether it's a short amount of time or whether it's long term. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so yeah, just be careful with the certain type of people that that you choose to invest in. You know, because man, it can be a good investment or it could be a bad investment. Like this is the time for you to use your discernment. Because again, with you being in this 6 of Wands energy, you're getting a lot of attention for the things that you have worked so hard for. So be wary of the people that now want to come back and be your friend or revisit the past or nah. They had their time to do that. They had their time to do that. Oshun said, the only ones I'll be helping in this karmic world are the babies so they don't turn out to be adult menaces to society. No, for real, because shit do really start when you young. Like, when kids are sponges, okay? They are sponges and they soak everything up with how they see other people communicate when it comes to their mom and dad, because they have to listen to them, right? So if the parents are acting a certain type of way, then that's unknowingly giving them the okay to act the way that they act, whether they around or not. That's what they see. On top of whatever it is taught to them. So, with the contradicting energy here that some of these people is giving off when it comes to you, don't give that to your kids. Like, watch your language. I don't want to hear you cussing. But then you get mad because the goddamn cashier gave you 25 cents less than your goddamn total and you cussing them out. It's like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want me to do this, but look how you acting. Look how you moving. It puts them in between too. What else is about the Seven of Pentacles? These investments here. Eight of Wands. Yeah, people don't want to reach out and communicate with you, the world, because they still want access to you. So expect that, collective. Expect that. And some people may move a little slow, like with the Knight of Cups. It may start off with the, oh, hey, you know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about you. I remember it made me think about this one time with me and you. Then you hit them up, oh, I got this event going on, or I got a birthday, or you want to come? Be aware of just like the subtle ways people try and reel you in, And then it's like, oh, man, it's this happy hour going on. All of a sudden you start popping up, to shit with motherfuckers that you ain't hung out with in years. And it's like, for what? Take a look at how your life is, what you have built for yourself. People don't just incorporate people for no reason. Just how it ain't no reason why people don't incorporate you for no reason. Okay. Sometimes your light be a little bit too bright, so they feel as though if they invite you around, you just gonna steal the show. Ten of Wands, but those are the people that make it harder for themselves, especially with the Seven of Swords energy. Because where they're over here trying to put burdens in your life to make it hard for you, with whatever they did with other people, I'm pretty sure it's other people trying to do the same shit to them. Only difference is when you don't operate that way, you're protected. Because they do operate this way, Big G sometimes allow that shit to happen to them because karma don't miss nobody. It don't miss nobody. Because it's like, how would you feel? You out here planning and doing all this shit behind Collective's back. Remember whatever you did with whatever? Yeah, they planning and plotting and scheming on you too. No wonder why whoever the love interest is, could be feeling a certain type of way about the people that they're coming across. It's like, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and look at the ways in which you done treated plenty of other men and women. That's why it keep happening. That's why I keep coming across the same people. Okay? The Magician. Because you have the power to manifest what you want in this lifetime. And I feel like because you are making these necessary changes and you're cutting ties, you're manifesting and you're making room for people that actually give a fuck about you. You can't be manifesting love and you still, treating people fucked up when it comes to it. It contradicts itself. Okay? So let's get some advice from Spirit and then we up out of here. We up out of here. Advice, Spirit. Nine of Wands. I feel like this is Big G letting you know, like, you done been through some things, but look how you persevered. I'm hearing that Drake song. Look what you've done. Look what you've done to me. I'm loving that. What song is that? Is that hold on. Is that Marvin Spoon? Look, I could be so wrong. Hold on. No, it's called Look What You've Done. Hold on, y'all. Yep. It says it's about a deeply personal reflective tribute from his Take Care album, expressing gratitude to his mother, grandmother, and Uncle Steve for supporting him. It's like, yeah, collective. Once you've made it past this point of going through hell and back, I feel like now y'all are just really at this point of reflecting on the people who was right there shoulder to shoulder with you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was your mom or your grandmother or your uncle or whatever the case may be, I do sense like some passed over loved ones as well. You know, like, because even if with you separating and cutting ties with people, I feel like y'all angels and y'all spirit guys are around y'all so heavily. That made me think of heavenly. Like, yeah, they're around you so heavily. Like, y'all can be at this reflective moment of like reaching certain milestones and being like, damn, I wish Whoop Whoop was here. You know what I'm saying? They may not be here in the physical, but they're definitely there in spirit. Because I feel like they were the ones that helped certain situations occur in order to help you and redirect you to a certain whether it's to a certain direction or just back on your path. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Expect a lot of apologies. Like, these could be people, of course, like when you were going through your own war and you got out of it and you made something of yourself. Like, this is a lot of people putting their foot in their mouths when it comes to you, collective. Especially the people that was jealous and envious of you, in competition with you. You beat the odds. Like, or you're about to. You're in the midst of beating the odds here. You could have been working on something for a long time. The Hierophant, but Big G always had your back. Big G, look, the Magician. People, just because you may not post or broadcast what made you this valuable person or this loyal, committed person, you stuck to your plan. That's the King and Queen of Pentacles sticks to the plan. That's what makes them so abundant. And Big G seen that. He also seen the people that was in competition with you and trying to go up against you. It's like through what you went through, collective, and how you're making it out on top, or how you will make it out on top. You are like living proof that Big G is exactly who the hell he is. Okay, that's why our words hold power. Everything that you done manifested and you said that you was gonna do is exactly what the fuck you did. It's exactly what you did. You said, "Oh, I'm gonna start this business. Oh, y'all gonna be the last ones laughing. Oh, watch this, watch this," and you showed them. You showed them. Now you got people with the Hierophant kneeling to Big G like, hey guys, it's me again. I see what you done did for collective, and I was just wondering if you could do that for me. You're like, you sure? Because I'm going to put you through some shit. So, I mean, if you want to be blessed in that way, it's going to cause you to get rid of whatever life you thought was best for you and live the one that I think is best for you. Pick your poison. Anywho, collective, if the message resonated, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Put the bell on. God damn. So you know when your girl's dropping the tea and when it's hot. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, y'all.